We are now 6 months into the pandemic and lockdowns of a variety of sorts. I don't know exactly where you're living, what the state of that might be. LA had locked down really hard and then opened up and we're fairly locked down again. I don't know when that's gonna change, but I know that we're all wondering. And I'm in my own bubble. The bubble is this big empty building, but I saw a poll recently about what America at large thinks about the pandemic and when things are going to get back to normal. And I found it fascinating. So when polled on how long it'll take, about 2% believe it'll be either less than 2 weeks or up to a month. So effectively nobody believes that by October we'll be done. 15% think it'll take 2 to 3 months. 44% think it'll take at least 6 months. And 27% of the public thinks things will never get back to normal. Brett, what do you think about that?
So I love reading polls. The 2 to 3 months is made up probably of a lot of people who are Trump supporters who think that as soon as Biden wins, everyone's gonna completely flip around and be like, yo, it's over now. We finally fixed it, like immediately. So that's why that has a bump. The 6 months or more, I think, is the most like it exists because people are, and this is just me speculating, but like people saying it's been 6 months. I have no idea how long that feels like even. So
no.
I'm sure it'll happen for a while. And add to that people who are saying things like, well, I hear that's about maybe when we won't for the next 6 months have a vaccine or any way to really combat it. So something like this will continue. But the 27% that say it's never gonna get back to normal, like I get that. Because a long 6 months or more might as well be forever. Plus, I just a lot of things that the black swan events, essentially the seismic shifts as a result of some random thing happening to the world. It won't ever get back to normal. There are many ways to interpret that mean it will never get back to normal. Will you ever feel safe going out in a crowd again? Like I'm watching shows that were filmed in the past and people are hugging each other and they're like at sporting events. I'm watching the playoffs and I'm like, I would never want to go be in one of those places again because I just don't want to get it and I don't want to contribute to spreading it. So there are many ways to look at this. And they all kind of make sense.
Yeah, I feel some of that too, and it's the most stereotypical thing. But yeah, watching old shows at how carefree we were was weird. But look, I think the people who say 6 months or more are being, I think, realistic. I think that that's a realistic estimate, but I think things will get back to normal. We will remember this. How could we not? A year of our life effectively being taken away in large part. We'll remember. We'll do our best to try to explain to younger generations who hopefully won't experience this, depending on how things go. But I think that things will get back to normal. I think that at some point we're gonna have big crowds. At some point people are gonna be walking around the mall. At some point I'm gonna be at Gen Con again. I have to imagine that at some point, like think about how much has been normalized in the last 6 months. 6 months of relative peace of coronavirus not being a big issue, and eventually it won't be. I think that can become normalized again. I have to assume that. I have to assume that at some point we'll be in movie theaters and there will be stores. I don't know. Does that seem crazy? I feel like it's gotta happen.
Well, I think, okay. The longer something like this occurs, the more of an opportunity the replacement industries and supply chain elements have an opportunity to entrench themselves. So it'll be a longer amount of time that those shifts can be in place. That like, what are you gonna do if you're a mom and pop shop that had to close? And there are many mom and pop shops that have to close. In the meantime, the folks who don't want to leave their house to go even support that and who are losing their ability to pay the slightly higher price for acting local, as it were. Like in the meantime, Amazon's able to make those remote distribution, like non-brick and mortar solutions, a way of life that people who hadn't maybe tried them before now have to learn how to try them.
Maybe
realize it's that convenient, etc.
Yeah, maybe invest accordingly. Anyway, but not today. Things are really chaotic.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.